Feminism is not trying to take from men, but just trying to raise to the same level as what men have.
Great, I am ready to be educated. So, what do men have that women do not? And how is modern feminism going to attain these things for women?
We've already seen how men can run the world because they've been doing it, and there's been a lot of messed up things that have happened because of it.
Men run the world, and a lot of messed up things have happened because of it. So, if women had been in charge, nothing messed up would have ever happened. Well, okay then, what steps are you taking to become in charge and save us all from ourselves? Well, we'll get to your career choices later.
I think it's time for women to actually have a voice.
Women do not have a voice. Really? So, Hillary Clinton does not have a voice. The female Supreme Court justices of the United States do not have voices. Oh, and also, women do not have the right to vote for who they want to represent them in our government. Wow, I am learning something new every day.
Feminism literally just means you believe in equality of the sexes.
It literally means that. Well, you may very well be correct. But then, North Korea is literally the DPRK, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Does the literal definition of a thing necessarily reflect the reality of a thing?
To me, feminism is about equity, much more than it is about equality.
To you, feminism is about equity, not equality. But we were just told the literal definition is about equality. If feminism can be defined differently from one person to the next, then feminism can mean anything, and thus it really means nothing. Can you see the inherent contradictions in your own script, if not in the ideology of modern feminism itself?
If you and another person want to see over a wall, and the person is much taller than you, and you're both given a stool of the same height, then you and the tall person will be able to see over the wall, but the tall person will still be able to see much farther out than you. That's equality. You're both given the same share, but one person is still always going to have more than you.
Yes, this is called equality of opportunity. Each person was given the same tools as the other to complete a task. One person possesses natural merits that provide them an advantage over the other person. This would be an example of a meritocracy, an egalitarian ideal. Now, why do I suspect that your preferred system is something other than that?
Equity, on the other hand, is the notion that you would be given a higher stool because you're shorter or you have less opportunity. At the end, you're both the same height.
That is equality of outcome. The idea that, despite someone being inherently more qualified or capable, you're going to artificially raise up the other person to the same position, even if they have not earned it, even if they do not possess the same talent as the first person. Equity is another word for justice. It means fairness and impartiality. How is elevating someone who lacks merit to the same level as someone with merit fair? How is that impartial? Is that how your idea of feminism wants to treat women? By lifting them up to positions they have not earned and are perhaps unqualified for? Just so things can appear equal?
It's important to acknowledge that women of color and poor women were excluded from original feminist movements. And if we're going to redefine today what it means to be a feminist, we need to acknowledge that original exclusion and make sure that their voices are amplified in our new movement.
But they are still women, correct? Regardless of race or class, if feminism is meant to help women, why does it matter what they look like or how wealthy they are? But, okay, In the past, there were specific types of women who were denigrated or elevated in feminism based on race or class. So, modern feminists need to atone for these past sins by elevating or denigrating women based on their race and or class. Got it.
Intersectionality is my favorite word.
Intersectionality is your favorite word. You have my sympathies.
It refers to the vectors of oppression that occur when systems and hierarchies interact.
Yes. Intersectionality is a grand conspiracy theory of overlapping systems where anything can commingle with anything else to create one insurmountable reason as to why someone is a victim, and one epic excuse to avoid taking personal responsibility for one's own circumstances.
There are so many different levels and facets of oppression besides womanhood and then color, womanhood and then economic opportunity or class or sexual orientation or gender identity. Those things just add on top of the weight that that happens when you identify as a woman in our culture.
Right. All aspects of your life are inherent disadvantages. They are outgrowths of our culture actively working to oppress women. So, how is feminism going to cure all of this? What remedy is modern feminism going to provide you? What rights are women being denied as compared to men?
If your feminism is not intersectional, is not trans-inclusive, if it's ableist, if it's racist, then it's not feminism.
So, if I say I am a feminist, but I don't believe in the convoluted theory of intersectionality, then I am not really a feminist. If I say I am a feminist and I am advocating on behalf of women, but I don't concern myself with transgender issues, then I am not really a feminist. And no feminists can be either ableist or racist. Well, I would be really curious to know our feminists' thoughts on able-bodied white men and women.
Our movement becomes less powerful if we're leaving people behind.
Actually, your movement becomes less powerful when you cannot or will not articulate exactly what the disparities are, their causes, and how you aim to resolve them with feminist ideology. But still, our speakers must themselves be victims of a culture of oppression and sexism, right?
Right?
Well, let's see. Gianna Collier-Pitts, whose LinkedIn profile picture looks like it was taken at the very filming of this piece, is a film festival curator who attended Choate Rosemary Hall, a private school with a median tuition of $23,000, and later New York University, a private college that sports a tuition ranging from $50,000 to $75,000. How about C. Mandler? Well, C. Mandler attended the Spence School, a private school with an average tuition of $43,000, and then moved on to the Bard's College, a private college with a $48,000 tuition. And how about Leah Juliet? Well, despite a modest educational background, she's founded an activist group, is a campus ambassador for GLAAD, is also an ambassador for a feminist apparel company, and is currently interning at the U.S. House of Representatives in the office of a female congresswoman. A congresswoman who, I have to assume, has no voice. Yes, our speakers truly are victims of a misogynistic society. They have had no advantages in life, and have been provided no opportunities comparable to those men get. And they need feminism well, I'm not sure. And by the sound of it, neither are they. As always, thank you for watching.